I'm the bard. Glasses there. Necklace adjust. Greetings. Just a moment here. Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lept soul and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise from under the dewy grass. Night is worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while turn away. The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to see you, good to be with you. It is I, your bard. Every day I am here, right, for your spiritual entertainment. Good to have you here. Let's see here. All of these people already here. Good to see you, Finn, the brainless one, Gemini. You've been thinking about brainless. You've been thinking about your faith all wrong. You say the gods of the Slavic faith are far more reserved than the rest of the Indo-European faiths. You feel like a buffoon. Well, the idea of reservation really is to the myth, the interpretation of the myth, right? None of these stories are real. None of them are accurate. They point you in the direction towards the mystery, some better than others. The gods are certainly real, but the stories we tell about them sometimes are quite ridiculous. Let's see. Good morning, Joshua with many wives. Good to have you here. And Marco, good to see you, Marco. My morning is going well, Joshua. You're just starting out here, as you all are. And let's see, Finn. Yep, Finn's here. Good to see you. Good to see you, Draga. Good to see you. Hail the fellow heathens and pagans everywhere. Yes, we're all heathens here. All the heathens come to this wonderful place, right? And my good grinder buddy Steve, good to see you. The coffee has poured and your Edie cup is overflowing. Your Edie cup. It's not even the myth, Father, it's the practice itself. Well, the idea of practice is quite diverse as well. The way that some people practice their paganism of our ancestors is different regionally, and in every village it is different. There is no universality to practice, and it changes over time. You know, when we look at people that describe the ancient world, like some of our scholars, they like to put it all together in this one nice little package, which really is not authentic. You know, like if you look up Celtic spirituality of the ancestors, the way that it is described, like if you Google it, like it's all the same, and it wasn't. It was mixed with regional, like you'd have Norse and Celtic gods all mixed together in one village. It was very diverse. There was no universality to what the ancestors did, which was a good thing, in my opinion, because you should always be growing and always be taking the best for yourself and for your people. The Celts, unlike the Greeks, now the Greeks, their gods were tied to cities, right? This was the foundation of society, the foundation of the reality of the city. It was very well established and unified in terms of its practice. This wasn't the same with the Celts because it was very, very diverse. Let's see here. You're having a blessed morning. Wonderful. Good to see you, Natalie. Our good friend Natalie is here, our Reiki master. Good to have you here. Netflix in ancient times, so things had to be ridiculous for entertainment value, of course. And our morning astrologer up real early in the morning, Lewis. You are very, very early in the morning over there on the west coast of the United States. Good to have you here. Let's see. It worked for Moses, perhaps, right? You heard they had a massive Bible Lives Matter protest in Bethlehem. Yeah, they're always protesting, right? Our lives matter. We are real people. Stop telling people we are myths. Yeah, they are all myths, right? Now, you might be described as a myth one day. And that would be wonderful, right? You know, the art of storytelling, the way that we do our history, we do it differently than our ancestors would do it, right? Everything was connected in terms of spirituality. So how they told their tales of their ancestors, they spiritualized them. We don't do that today. Our historical tales are quite boring. You know, just the basic facts. You're unable to see beyond the boundary, to get into the psychology, to get into the depth of the person and their deeds and the value of that. We have that a little bit in the United States, like the tales of George Washington. They're quite mythical if you ever study them. The idea of him never chopping down the cherry tree. There's a lot of different tales that you would hear about this George Washington, him not being slain by the Native American adversaries. You know, there's this tale of him being assaulted with arrows, and nothing's happening to him. And so there's all of these deified realities in the foundation of the United States, like all the Masonic art, the sacred geometry that was the foundation of the United States, the building of the buildings on certain access points, and in DC, the buildings are they're all connected by a pentangle. You know, that might drive fundamentalists crazy to see. Oh, there are witches here in the United States, in the Capitol. It is the pentangle, the pentacle, whatever you want to call it. That mythology is important, and we don't know how to tell those stories anymore like that. We have lost that connection. We think, and this has to do with the pushback against how the Abrahamic religions try to deal out the historical, right? To expose the myth as it is a fraudulent myth, you know, not seeing it as something sacred. And so we have lost the ability to tell stories like that anymore, which is quite unfortunate, you know. And that's the problem. The Abrahamic traditions, the forcefulness of this is reality. You have that pushback on our sciences, like, no, this is not reality. And that ability to tell the tale, I don't think we'll ever be able to recapture it in terms of our historical figures and people of our modern times. I don't think we'll ever get back to that, unfortunately. Let's see here. We are imagined by the source, right? We are the divine imagination. And we need to use our imagination, right? Tools used sacred geometry in their music, yeah. The band Tool, they used sacred geometry in their music. Yeah, some of these, like these metal bands from Europe and stuff, they would use, you know, what would be considered esoteric things in their music and the art, like Motley Crue. Remember Motley Crue? They would use the pentacle in the background that made everyone think they were devil worshippers, right? Or did they have the pentagram? I don't remember. Yeah, good to see you, Gemini. Good to see you. Let's see here. Only because Hollywood has made them a creepy thing? You think so? You think so? The dreamer dreams of us, and we dream of the dreamer, right? Yeah, this dance of the dream, right? It's very important. It's very important for our humanity to be able to have enchantment, to be able to wonder. All of our sciences begin with wonder, right? Wanting to see the mysteries of the cosmos. But they end in something very lame and boring. Oh, we have a name for it now. We have a fact. We know how it works. There's something missing in that equation, right? Let's see here. Some might have creepy origins. Yeah, I'm sure there are. Like Vlad the Impaler, right? Yeah, the legend of the vampire. That came out of that experience of him and the dark things that he did to save the Romanian people, right? He's kind of like an anti-hero in a way. Pushing little daisies and making them come up. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Rod, is that a deity or a concept? What's a rod? Oh, you think, I always think rod. Are you talking about your private, the divine private part? Is that what you're talking about? Oh man, see, look, I said private part, and I get these ED commercials always trying to sell me these products. Rod is both deity and concept, and like the Salvarog or the Dazhog, the Slavs, he is both ancestor and progenitor. A pretty appropriate name for a deity, Rod. That makes a lot of sense. Good to see you, our good friend Rick. Good to have you here. You will seek him. He sounds like someone to study. You have Slavic ancestors. Yeah. Joshua, Jesus is in your heart. Wonderful. Wonderful. He sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Any god named Rod, that sounds interesting, right? The Rod God. Maybe we could, have bring him up invoke his name in our erectile dysfunction Tuesday night meeting. So, great being of Rod, bring us back to our place of pleasure once again. My friend met Santana, the musician. What was his name? I forgot what his name was. Yeah, the popular musician of the 60s and the 70s there. Nice portrait. So you like my goddess in the background there. Yeah, she's quite lovely. My goddess Keradwin. Yeah, quite lovely indeed. Yeah. Let's see here. Jesus what? I don't know it. He came to your house. Who is God? Keradwin is God. Right there. You see her? Ariana Grande knew this. She said God was a woman. She was right. Keradwin right there. She is the God. He is a famous cannabis guy. Oh, I would imagine so. A lot of those musicians, right, that came out of the 60s, all about the reefers. Let's see here. Vixen, good to see you. Vixen, the servant of Anubis, is here. Good to see you, Vixen. Carlos Santana. Yeah, that's what his first name was, right? Good morning, Sam. Good to see you. Have you come home now? You've finished your shift at the office there. Are you, Father, like in a church or a preacher? No, I am an entertainer. I am a spiritual entertainer. I left the church. I am no longer a Christian. 30 years I was a Christian, and now I am a heathen again. I started out in the world as a heathen. Now I have gone first full circle to returning to my heathen ways. Let's see here. God not exist. Darwin, what is that? Do you not know English? I mean, the reefer madness. Yes, the reefer. Your friend, that's why Santana was there at the farm. Well, that's interesting that you know all the fun people over there in the California, right? Hello again, the trickster. Good to see you, the trickster. Good to have you here. You're waiting for the bus right now to catch your ride home? Yeah. The Abrahamic God seems too needy, too many demands and conditions. He seems he wouldn't be very much without humans. You're right. That is the way he is depicted, needing worship, needing you to follow rules, needing you to follow him. He is a weak and pathetic deity. You're very right. Is Caledwin forgiving? Yes, certainly. She's a wonderful lady, Jennifer. A wonderful lady. What is hidden now? What do you mean, Nick? Nick? What do you mean by that? Joe, you want me to poo myself? Is that what you're asking me? To poo myself? I don't like pooing myself. You know, it gets real messy and shit. I don't enjoy pooing myself. Is that a pastime that you enjoy doing? You like shitting your pants? Yeah, many of our Christian fundamentalists that come on here, they do the same thing. So you're in the right place. You are in the right place. What's hidden, said, could you please describe? What do you mean, what's hidden? I don't know what you're talking about. Father Deacon, greetings. Good to see you. Wick News 8100. Good to see you, Wick News. Good to have you. How do you fight and pray? I don't know. What do you mean by that? How do you fight and pray? What kind of battle are you in, Jennifer? Let's see here. Can we get Joe out of here, please? Why? What's Joe doing? I help people with their constipation. There's a lot of people here that come there. They find that spiritual entertainment gives them some type of relief. Yahweh is not forgiving. No, he's an asshole. Just imagine if Yahweh was like a real father. I mean, these children of his would be, having mental health issues the rest of their life. I mean, he's a terrible, terrible being. It's going to rain all day where you are, Joshua, with many wives. I hope you just have your wives come out with their umbrellas. That might help you. You need to work with the Morgan more. This stream reminds me of that. Yeah. The Morgan, you like working. What do you mean working with? Are you like employed with this goddess? I hear that term a lot, working with. What are you working for? Is it a work where it only benefits her or it benefits you? What is this working for? I hear this term, used a lot. Now, I was having a conversation with the All-Father this morning. I'm like, I want to be in a place of confidence where I know that the Father always has my back, even when I'm not thinking of him, even when I'm not talking to him. And he wants me to have that confidence. I've learned to psychologically hold on to the Father, and I want to be able to not have. It's kind of like an idol in a way, because you're holding on to. You're still afraid. You're not living in freedom as long as you're holding on. True freedom is not needing, but trusting that being is always working with you. That's how I want to be with my deities, to know that I don't, hey, can you help me out today? To know that they are helping me out without me asking. To me, that, is in my understanding of myself, I'm still immature, not trusting, not living, not letting the deities work in my life the way, without me, getting in the way. I think that, the idea, this idea of working with, doesn't this deity want to work with you without you having to do anything? You would hope that they would, right? And I would assume if they're not doing that, then, screw them. Why would you want a God that is not always there to benefit you, not there in a relational way? I don't want to work for a deity. I want to be loved by a deity, and I want to love that deity. That was my reflection this morning before, I got on here. Let's see here. Where am I going here? Let me try to, I'm a little bit behind already. Damn. You love witchcraft. Yeah. I'd like to have someone eventually come on and talk about witchcraft. There's a witchcraft alert here, Charles. Oh shit. Watch out. Watch out. When it absolutely pisses it down, I'm always here to urge to go out for a walk. Interesting. Yeah, we are burnt. Skooma dealer, good. You've come just in time. We need a good high. Walking in the rain is very relaxing. Yes. Have I ever played Morrowind? Of course. Of course I have. It's cold that morning where you are. My rod. Yeah, you're invoking the Slavic deity known as the rod. I may or may not be currently performing witchcraft. Interesting. Joe hasn't gone off the rails yet. Maybe I missed it. No. There's all kinds of strange people that come on. I allow them to be strange. Good to see you, J-Man event. Gone be a warm one later here. 17 degrees. Yeah, it was pretty cold out here this morning where I was. It was like 50 degrees. It's going to probably be about 75 degrees where I am. I will repeat and sin no more. Oh, you will repent, or you mean repent? Not, I will repeat and sin no more. I will die and repeat, or repent and be happy. Well, Jennifer, why would you want to deal with a God that is always concerned with your behavior? I mean, that's not loving. Wanting you to, this idea of having to repent. You shouldn't want to do things that are evil, right? That should be a normal thing. In a loving God would like, I don't like you doing that shit. But the idea of repenting involves this idea of a wrathful deity, which is quite inappropriate. This is not how the Father operates. He is not an asshole like what you read about in the Bible. You are convinced that Yahweh is Analali? Who God is, how is working. God is loving, Jennifer. God is good. God is kind. God is a father. God is a mother. It's less worship and more of a partnership for making the world a better place. Is that how you see it? Vixen, you think Yahweh was a spoiled brat? Yeah, he acts like a damn child, right? Throws temper tantrums, doesn't get his way, he'll open up the earth, shit like that. It's a mutual benefit. We take actions of service with our help with others, the deity or others. Sift through the bones of idol. Charles, you keep abusing Yahweh because he is the dick of the universe. You are full of pride and jealousy because you are a demon. This is to you and your deity. I reject Yahweh. He is not a good God. He is evil. He is bad. He is not good. Anybody with intelligence could figure that out if you don't have those damn blinders on. As I said, when I was a Christian, I always would have to navigate around all of the bullshit in the Bible because I was told it was the word of God. I'm like, well, how do I deal with this? He sounds like a real asshole here. Let me go to here. This verse over here will cancel out the other verse. And eventually I said, why even play this game? The whole book is terrible. Our Celtic chieftain has arrived. You went for a walk, Brian, in the rain this morning, and some penis head started giving you shit. So you dragon shouted at him in Manc, and it shattered him. I've called down a bit now. You did the dragon shout. Let's see. You want it 60 degrees winter type-ish? Time to move on. Yeah. How are we abusive? Because we don't like your evil God? Charles is scared. Did you guys know that the Summertail Anima Elish, it referred to Marduk as Baal? Yeah, all of that mythology, it blends in with the neighbor's mythology. It is something very common that you find in the ancient world. Let's see here. What I found interesting in studying Celtic mythology, because if you trace it back to the Indo-European and going into the Rig Vedas, you have all of this religion that's united at one time in one place. Like Danu in the Celtic myth, she's like the mother goddess of the Tuatha De Danann, right? Danu in the Hindu Rig Veda, she's not a good god. They put the terminology shifted when it got further apart. This idea of Danu in the Rig Veda is a different type of goddess. That is not a good one. So it's interesting how the further that ancient peoples got apart in terms of their terminology and mythology, it developed quite differently. I don't think it's necessarily worship to do. Interesting. Oh, where are we? Shit. Where are we at here? Where am I at here? Trying to catch up. I could talk to you about magic in general, Deacon. That would be fun to do, right? That would be fun to do. I'd like to have you one day on, Sam, to talk about your therapy that you do for people and how you integrate your spirituality. That would be fun to do. Let's see here. Yeah, Yahweh was never the supreme God in the narrative of the Bible. That's right, Vixen. He became that through the tradition later on in the Hebrew tradition. He became the supreme God. Before he becomes the all-power, the rest of the gods, so-called, relinquish the title of Most High to him. Yeah. You're freezing your Shiva Linga off. Damn. Must be really cold where you are, right? I was really cold tomorrow. 50 degrees in Florida. It's cold. Damn. I don't know. Oblivion is pretty high up unless you like Oblivion very much, right? I got to turn up my music just a tad. It's kind of low. There we go. Let's see. Morrowind is your favorite. It was challenging to find the locations. But I don't know if it was a mod that I had, but one city had like a whorehouse with all of these dark elf prostitutes. I don't remember which one that was that in Morrowind. They later see them as gods and statues in the Bible and the Abrahamic story of the Babylonian king. I always treat my high priest of spiritual entertainment. Yes, I'm glad that I'm able to provide this service to humanity. It is much needed in our day, right? We need entertainment, and we need that. It is, you don't see a lot of it out there, right? I feel very privileged to be called to provide this service to humanity. I have never found anyone doing what I'm doing. Let's see here. Iceland, good to see you, Iceland. What is this eating gingerbread cookies in showers? Now, you mentioned that. Is that some type of meme? Is it like I do PG-13 things to jars of mayonnaise, and then I go in the shower and I eat a gingerbread cookie? I don't catch up on these things. I'm unfamiliar with the broader culture of memes and things because I'm always doing this, so I'm taking care of I have to be educated by my children in my house. I'm like, what is this? What does it mean to be Riz? Stuff like that. What does it mean to be a Sigma? Things like that. Let's see here. Crazy how so many of their tales link up and answer the gaps in other tales. Yeah, there's a cohesion to all of the ancient mythology of the world. It's very interesting. All of these stories have an origin, right? And looking through them, you find, answers. You find something in these great mysteries, these mysteries of our gods, these mysteries of our ancestors, the mysteries of our origins, right? It's very important that we use all of these things to help benefit our experience of our humanity, right? To repent or not repent, that is the question. Let's see here. How can you turn to Christian, don't do it. The pervy sage, if you want to be controlled, go ahead. I left Christianity, so I would be biased in answering that question. He was a spoiled brat, yeah. Praying this, Jesus, I want you as my Savior. God is love. Now burn in hell for eternity for simply asking why. Why do I need to love you? Yeah, see, why can't people figure that shit out? I'm very grateful, as I said, to people like Christopher Hitchens, that you couldn't figure out why Christians were so delusional. Daniel, Caradun is my queen. Caradun is my queen. This is Caradun's cauldron right here. WTF, he do to you, bro. What do you mean? Who are you talking about? What, did somebody do something to me? You talking about Yahweh? He controlled me. He manipulated me. He'd made me afraid. So that's what he did to me. Nothing better than a horde of locusts when God gets pissed off. Yeah. What a damn child. God, Yahweh, did not use the most righteous ones. Check your Bible. That's unconditional love. No, that's using people that only serve your personal benefit. The Yahweh in the Bible only chooses people that benefit him. The ones that get out of line, he'll destroy them or forsake them. I never could figure out, King Saul. He picked King Saul out, and then because he did some shit that he didn't like, he just forsakes him. What kind of father does that shit? That when I was a Christian, I would meditate upon that. I'm like, why? Why did you do that to Saul? I did worse shit than he has done. Why did you do that to Saul? Then I realized it's not a real story. And that's not how a real God acts. Real gods don't act like little children, unless they're evil gods, like Yahweh. If Jesus represents love, she's entitled to follow the path that feels best to her. Yes, right. And I think Jesus certainly is a being of love, a wonderful person who changed the direction of humanity, who freed us from the tyranny of dark gods like Yahweh. Hi, my name is Mike. Good to see you, Mike. Christ is King and you're going to hell. Thank you. Appreciate you. I love Christians. We love you. The Bible is the best book in the whole universe. Do you think so? It's like a horror novel. Why do you think it is the best book in the universe? I mean, it's terrible how this God treats people. You think it is a good God in there? Why would you think it is the best book when you have this God commanding people to rape other people? I mean, that is terrible. That is terrible. Read Isaiah 13. I mean, that's like the worst chapter in the whole Bible. I will raise up a nation against you, Babylonians, and they are going to rape your women and bash their children's heads against the stone and take all of your shit. What kind of God does that? Let's see here. Yeah, laughing about hell isn't very Christian. Well, Thomas Aquinas and others, they taught about we will look upon the damned and find joy in doing it. What kind of shit is that, right? Watching someone being tortured for all eternity. Yay! This is the shit that Christians are taught. So it gives them permission to be dickheads. Deity Pudding, good to see you. Let's see here. How do you go somewhere you don't believe in? Yeah. You should only worship God. She's right behind me. I worship my wife. That's all. Yeah. That's true. That's true. My wife is number one. Let's see here. Natalie, you rescued 2 baby starlings. Oh, you're a hero. I named them Mooney and Luna. They were wonderful creatures. We had fun raising them. Did you let them like fly around and stuff on their own and they kept coming back? Let's see here. Heaven is for every soul God ever created. Isn't it pronounced Celtic? You can pronounce it however you want to. I don't Celtic, whatever you want to do. I don't get antsy with the wording. I mean, I'm mostly illiterate myself. Half these heathens on here, I can't even pronounce their gods. All of these pagans on here, all of their strange deities. I don't think they get upset about that. All of this authoritarianism, you need to do this, you need to do that, get out of here. Rubbish. Tell them, Finn. Tell them all rubbish. You know what you aren't worthy of, the name L. I'll just call you Danny. Let's see. Trying to catch up. Oh, shit. Oh, let's see here. I'm trying to go scroll. I hate when YouTube does this shit. Scrolling up here. Just take the epic of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh at the end of the tale seeks out Noah. So Noah was Gilgamesh's elder, meaning the Noah story is soon much older than we think, like 100,000. I don't remember Noah being in the epic of Gilgamesh. I could be wrong. That was so long ago in biblical studies, doing comparative study of the epic of Gilgamesh and seeing how the Hebrews borrowed from the Babylonians to write their stories. That was a long time ago. I don't remember Noah being in it. What I remember was the story of Noah. It comes from the epic of Gilgamesh, the Hebrews borrowing that tale. 9THLVL. Thank you, Father Deacon. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate that very much. I thank you. It makes me feel good that I'm doing something of value in the world, right? I really, like and subscribe. I do this every day. And you can also financially support me. I do this for a living. There's a join button over there for the price of a cup of coffee. You could help me eventually get my own studio. That is a goal. And employ all of my children. You can employ all of my children to do the hard work of going through comments and shit like that. That's all in the future. A few more years, I foresee it taking place. It's going to take a little while, right? I remember when it was like a wonderful thing to get 1 subscriber a day. Back in, I started doing this every day in the beginning of the year sometime, maybe around March or something like that. I don't remember when it was. It was so wonderful to get 1 subscriber and each day. And now I have maybe about 300 a week. I mean, it is a wonderful thing to see that every day, and it keeps getting more and more and more. So I feel like I feel like I'm doing something wonderful here, and that people find value in it. And I appreciate all of these people that are part of this community, that come here every day, and you help in this great work of the world of entertaining, right? I hear from you, other people hear from you, and we're all doing this wonderful mission of bringing joy ultimately in the world. Let's see here. And some Christians play with snakes. Yeah, that's fun, right? Those snake handlers. The teaching in the gospel is that there would be no harm coming to you by running around these snakes. And all of these people are going to the hospital all the time. You would think that something is not right with these Appalachian snake handling churches, right? Running around, dancing with snakes and shit. There's something not right when you're getting bit and dying. Just about all these churches, their pastors die at some point from snake bites, right? Maybe you're getting it wrong, our Appalachian friends, with your snakes. Oh, let's see. Yeah. What about the birds? Oh, you're talking. Jennifer, do you like birds? Oh, let's see here. Scared of what? Yahweh? Yahweh has given us a sound mind. Yeah, he scared the shit out of you, Charles. That's what you call a sound mind. Your demons and your narcissism. You see the truth, it triggers you. No, I'm not afraid of your religion. I left it. After 30 years. There's no fear here. I am not afraid. You are quite mistaken, sir. Marduk. Yeah. Let's see. Such vanity, Charles, that much warrants hell in your faith. Yes, you're being disobedient, Charles. You're casting your pearls to swine. You prayed to Jesus once, but I forgot my 10%. And he said, I don't know you. Yeah. That's just a terrible verse in the New Testament. You have like these several verses where he says, I don't know you. Could you imagine the person who creates you, who's supposed to be your parent, right? Your divine parent, because you make a mistake or you're not, as a finite being, you don't always do the right thing. And then he says, I don't know who you are. What a terrifying thing these verses, they are meant to scare the shit out of you into obedience. It is a form of manipulation. Real fathers, as the Bible claims is a father, don't do this shit. I would never do that to my children. That is terrible and evil. Let's see here. That wasn't a mod, that was a real place in the game, Deacon. Oh, you're talking about it in the Morrowind, the Dark Elves prostitution ring there. And I had the mod where everyone was naked. So it was the nudity mod, I think that's what it was. Did you call all babies creatures? Who called? Are you talking to Natalie? I forgot to tell you, Father, I had a dream about you the other night. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Hopefully it was a good one. Jesus is good. He has a place called heaven. He loves us as his kids. He answers, I hope so. I hope you have a good form of Jesus, Jennifer. The Anunnaki were a race of giants in the Bible. Yeah, that mythology is all over the ancient world, right? The giants. Why do all of these cultures throughout the world have similar stories? You ever wonder that? Now, we don't have the archaeology to prove there are giants, right? We don't have that. But there are structures that make you wonder. Like in South America, there are these giant structures that there's no way in hell ancient people could have made shit like that, right? These ancient structures. I'm open to the idea that this was a real thing in the ancient world. Let's see here. They were the ruling class. You think the giants were the ruling class? Backup is your name. You're calling me a dork. Well, you're a dick. How about that? Let's all take a breath. Yes. No, I actually did eat a gingerbread man in the shower. I don't think it's a good idea to eat food in places where you get rid of your bacteria, or like bathrooms, people eating on the toilet and shit like that. I don't think that is a healthy thing to do, eating gingerbread in places where you are cleansing your bacteria away. So you have to be careful with that. You want me to do a shower stream, Ahmed, Abi Ahmed, or whatever your name is? You want me to do a shower stream live from the shower? Me and Caledwin in the shower. I could probably pull that off on Twitch, but not YouTube. YouTube would not allow me to do a shower stream. I would lose my monetization, and I need to make a living. That would be a fun idea, do a shower stream. Oh, let's see here. The low-fat mayonnaise has a more silky feel. Oh, shit. Oh, my goodness. The things you do to your mayonnaise jars in this world, right? It's going to be raining all day there in Louisiana. It's probably much colder. I'm in Central Florida. It's not. It's like you have the heat on at night and air conditioner on during the day right now. We are all children of the Awan. Yes, that flowing spirit, that inspiration. We all come in. Now, Caledwin is not a deity of like a creator or anything. She's an ancestor, but her place with this magical cauldron, right? The cauldron is like a universal symbol amongst the ancients, right? Like the Dagda has a cauldron, Caledwin has a cauldron. In a lot of the Celtic mythology, you'll hear like the cauldron of resurrection. I mean, there's all kinds of different mythologies. You have the star lore. There's I forgot the name of what it is in Greek, but there's a instrument that you use to dilute your wine. It starts with a C. I forgot the name of it, but there's an astrological cauldron in the sky. I forgot. The Greeks called it something that starts with a C. I forgot what it is. So this is a very interesting symbol, the cauldron, that you find that God's all having the responsibility of wielding this cauldron, like Caledwin here. It's best music ever. Hail Caledwin. You like the Mass Effect soundtrack? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, really good memories. I love Mass Effect. Those are I really enjoyed, those games that you have. I think in a lot of those games, what really does it is the romance, right? The romantic element in Baldur's Gate 2, for instance. I think that's what made it magical. Turning this game into, a romance. And I think that's like one of the best features in these games is the romance. Now, I don't like it for watching your digital avatar screw another. I don't care for that. I usually fast forward through that. But the romance is. In Mass Effect, I had the romance with the other soldier lady that was on that you meet in Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2, she's not there. Then you reunite with her in Mass Effect 3. The soldier lady, I forgot what her name was, but that was the romance that I had when I played Mass Effect. Wonderful, wonderful game. I really enjoyed that lore. Hopefully they'll make a movie out of that. Wouldn't that be wonderful? A Mass Effect movie. Did you play the Mass Effect Andromeda? Is that what it's called? The spin-off of the series. Yeah, that wasn't bad. I don't know why they didn't make more. I don't know why people bitched about it. It was quite enjoyable to play that Mass Effect Andromeda. People bitched about it, I guess, and now they're not going to make any more about it. I thought it was wonderful. Let's see. Yeah. Adrian's whipping out his banana. Alex, I was fooled until you said Yahweh is evil. This is a good bit. You like it? The Oblivion music makes it much better, right? Yeah, Alex came on. He's like, look at these Christian fundamentalists. I'm going to have some fun with them. He's like, oh shit, what have I gotten myself into here? Oh, yeah, this happens to a lot of people. My clergy shirt throws them off, right? When I started out my show, I was a member of the church, and Now I am not. I kept the shirt. The shirt is a wonderful instrument for spiritual entertainment. Let's see here. I almost bought a Dajimbibi, but I got a Kajan. It lifted your meditations to a new level. I don't know what the hell that is. Jamin, they say we are going to hell. Does that mean Satan can score up? Meaning God will lose in the end? Yeah, the more souls he has, right? Fundamentalist Maximus is here. Sub-Zero, you are donned. You are donned. What does that mean? No exorcisms out there this morning. All of the fundamental. Yeah, I got an exorcism yesterday. It was a replay of the demon that is known as the Space Potato Head. He was on here last night. Where's my other demons in here today? I got to find them. I'm running out of demon names. I'm like, what's going to happen next here? You have zero idea what you're talking about, princess. Who, me? Prove it. Prove it. I don't have any idea what I'm talking about. 666 live. Devil evil is the best. You think so? I don't like devils. I don't like darkness, the extreme of it, or the extreme of the angel. I find myself in the middle. Let's see. I am a devil, yes. Love is hoping for someone else's damnation. Yeah, that's what Christians do, right? Yahweh is the devil. Who is the woman behind me, Jeremy? That's my goddess, Keridwen. You see her cauldron there? That is the cauldron of the Awen. Yeah, she's, I am a bard. She is the goddess of bards. It's a wonderful, wonderful relationship that we have with here. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Oh, someone has the devil in their heart. Oh, shoot. Fight monk. My good sir, what god are you praying to? Keridwen. That's it for me. They flew around our house, your starlings, they flew around your house. You had to teach that eventually they flew away. Oh, that was sad, right? It's nice when they live in the trees near you and they come back for a visit. That would have been nice, right? All hail the lady of the cauldron, Keridwen, our wonderful patron, our great goddess here, the goddess of spiritual entertainment. Let's see. Good to see you, Jeffrey. Good to have you here. I am doing well. Hope you are doing well as well. Most Celts say Celtic, but you can say either. Yeah. Thank you. Brian is our Celtic chieftain of the channel. The Celtics play basketball. Yeah. Wait, is Jesus God or God Jesus? They sometimes get confused, right? Jennifer, did you take your meds? Oh, how do you get the cauldron emoji? When you become a community member, you can have all of those emojis. Next time I give away free memberships, click on it, and you can get the all of those membership benefits through the YouTube. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. See, you Christians have three gods. That's too many for me. I'm a monotheist. Only Keridwen. That's it for me. He was called Noah Abstelidian or something like that. Yeah, I can't remember. That was so long ago when I studied that stuff. If Noah took two of every animal, did he have two of every Australian spider? That's like 2,000, yeah. Could you imagine? Now, you have this wooden craft, and can you imagine the massive weight of some of these creatures, like the elephant, for instance? You know, housing the elephants. I mean, that would sink the damn boat, right? Jesus is both man and God. And Cerridwen is both lady and cauldron. Oh, let's see. I'm a loser. You're a dick. Christos. Hello, today I have no more people are going to share their sausage addiction today. That's on Tuesday night. We talk about our sausages. How do we make our sausages better is the question. Let's see. And so if Gilgamesh speaks to the figure Noah for wisdom, as the only man that God granted eternal life by this way, why Gilgamesh seemed him? I don't know. It was long ago when I read the Epic of Gilgamesh. Long time ago. I am mocking. Oh, only people who act like dickheads. Yes, I will mock you. That's part of the show. Most people just watch because they like how I mock people. They have a good time with it. Yeah, I was well trained in my earlier years in the ghettos of Detroit. We had what was called capping contests, where one person would stand off against the other, and who would humiliate the other person more. Like you'd be like, when your mama wore that little black dress, I thought I was looking into outer space, stuff like that. You'd go back and forth until whoever wins. So I'm well trained in the art of humiliating my opponents. You enjoy the concept? Thank you. I'm glad that you're here, our good friend, the trickster. Sunken long, you have the wonderful hands of prayer. Thank you. Thank you, Iceland. I appreciate you. The Bible is the copy of a retell of their story. Yeah. Well, the Bible is very interesting as a mythology, because what the ancient Hebrews did is they borrowed from their neighbors, and they had their own theology. They used the ideas from their neighbors and represented them into like an anti-mythology of their neighbors. Everything was, we are not like them. What they taught was bad. What we're teaching is right. So they repurposed the mythology of their neighbors in a way that made their neighbors' theology look bad. An example of that is in Genesis, every human being is created in the image of God. Well, in the Babylonian tradition, the gods made humans as slaves, and that's what was their purpose. But the Hebrew tradition gave human people more dignity than what the Babylonians gave. Humans were a slave to the gods, and the king of the Babylonians, he was like part God. So you were a slave. That was the narrative. And so what the Hebrews did, they made it their own narrative that was every human being had the dignity. But even in that, it was kind of twisted at some point, right? Oh, let's see here. They just didn't have enough faith. Is that what the problem is? The Bard's life. One dude got, but kept praying. It's ridiculous. Yeah, there's a lot of ridiculous shit here, right? Bard's life should be a meme. That's a good one. Maybe I'll make one of those as a YouTube short. Bard's life. Thank you for that idea. I have a bunch of Bard images. Maybe I'll make one today. Bard's life. Let's see. Yeah. Good to see you, Rose. Good to have you here. Aquarius. Do you do exorcism still? If I have to, I don't like doing it at all. I try. If I find myself with somebody who needs help spiritually, certainly, I do not like doing it at all. I prefer not to do it, because then you have to deal with all that negative energy. It is a lot of work, so I don't enjoy doing it. But if somebody needs help, I will certainly help them. I will never turn people away. Just like in The Conjuring, right? The couple never turned away people who needed help. Any respectable bard owns a lute. Well, I'm not that kind of bard. I am a storyteller. The understanding of a bard is sometimes generalized as a musician, but bards were poets, bards were storytellers, bards were actors. Not all bards are musicians, like in Dungeons and Dragons. How long did those giants roam before actual humans took over hundreds of thousands of years later, before they broke their covenant with God and got their boot or the wave the surfs up moment? I don't know. That is a mystery, because you have all of these different mythologies of giants, some good, some bad. One of the a lot of them, like in the Hebrew tradition, they're related to floods and stuff like that. Like in the Norse tradition, you have some giants being slain, and their blood floods the earth or something. I can't remember what it was, but throughout the whole world, there's this ancient legends and mythology about giants. You know, that they were everywhere. Every culture has them. Now, we should be taking a lesson from that, right? Like as you are, you're trying to find answers. You know, are these spiritual realities, or are they real beings? We don't have the archaeology to prove that they are real giants. You know, for me, they are spiritual entities in one regard. And I try to see like the idea of the Nephilim as not giants in the sense of being 300 feet tall, but in their capabilities as a human being. They have powers that are beyond the natural scope of the average human. That's how I understand these. I once did a show called The Antediluvian Sorcerers. These people that are able to draw upon energies and powers that other human beings are not capable of doing. That's how I understand it, that they are not 500 feet tall. They are beings that have power. And I'm open to the idea that they're still around, that there are beings certainly that have powers that do wondrous things. You guys hear about one pastor who admitted to infidelity to his congregation and immediately had a heart attack and died? No, I've heard of shit like that happening, not dying, but pastors, I have sinned. Like, who is that? Jimmy Schweigert, you know, and, you know, him screwing all those prostitutes. And then he comes back later and starts a new TV show. I mean, I don't know why people don't care that your religious leaders don't have any damn integrity. You know, I mean, that's important for a religious leader, right? To have integrity. They're telling you not to go and screw prostitutes, and they're all doing that shit, right? A lot of these people are charlatans, right? These people, especially the prosperity preachers, they're the worst. Those people are real charlatans. Oh, let's see. Where are we at? I would believe that Jesus probably was a massage therapist. Oh, you agree? As we are in the age of Aquarius still. Yeah, we just started that, right? The age of Aquarius has just begun. And you can see changes happening in the world. Yeah, one of the things that I think is fascinating is many people are recognizing that the Abrahamic religions their God is not good. You know, I keep running into people with this same narrative, that they're recognizing that the God in the Bible is not a good one. You know, to have that type of awakening. You know, I know that I'm not alone. 30 years as a Christian and realizing that this God is not good. To me, that is a miracle. And that's probably because we are in the age, the nascent of the age of Aquarius, right? There's spiritual awakenings happening. People are realizing, they're seeing that these old ass religions of power and manipulation are not good for the world. Deacon, did you leave the Catholic Church? Not the way of the Yah. I left the Catholic Church, yeah, and I left, and the beginning of leaving began with the Bible, realizing the Bible is not the Word of God. When I became ordained in the Catholic Church, I took a vow at the altar to only teach and promote the Catholic teachings, and I could not do that when I said this Bible is not God's Word. And then following the dots, the patterns. Who created this Bible? The church. Why? To control. And the church is not good. The Bible is not good. The church is not good. The church is a self-serving institution. It might do, but people in the church certainly do good in the world. But the average church service is a service unto itself. The people aren't there to better humanity. They're only there to serve their holy obligation every Sunday. There's nothing to do with a benevolent God in making the world a better place. Let's see, yeah. A Reiki practitioner. You're a Reiki master, damn it. Let's not. I don't agree with these terminologies of these Reiki wizards. You are an official Reiki master. And as a Reiki master, there's always more to learn, right? You are a master within yourself, in your spiritual journey. You have something to give, right? If you have something to give, you are a master in it, in your own way, in your own right. Not in the sense of a title, right? But in a way of life, in a way of expression. You have something to give to other people to benefit them. So you are always going to be our Reiki master here. The birds work for the Burgeonese. Oh. Jesus is the creator of all creation. I don't believe in creation at all. If you follow this idea of a creator, if you go, what happens before the creation? I mean, that doesn't make any damn sense, right? One day this God who is all perfect, all wonderful and whatever, wakes up one day and, I want to make things and have fun. To me, that narrative never settled well with me. And I think I've been formulating these ideas, and I'll probably at some point, come up with something shared on Substack. But I see this reality that we are as always being, but the idea of evolution. Evolution is ongoing. The state of becoming is all ongoing. God being a father is forever a father. God being a mother, forever a father. When I begin to see the cosmos, from what we know of cosmologies, right? A lot of modern scientists seeing that the universe is forever. There's never been a time when there has not been a universe. The idea of many, many big bangs that keep happening. That's how I see it, is we are beings of eternity, always, growing in that experience. And this is one stage of the development, we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to, love is everlasting. What we know of love in terms of our humanity, right? It seems like it is just temporary. The idea of death doing you apart, right? In terms of the highest form of love of marriage. I don't see it that way. I see that love is continuing on forever and ever and ever. I plan on, if I reincarnate, for instance, I plan on seeking my wife out again. or if I become a woman, her being the man, having that meeting again. I see my life as a love story, a romance that keeps getting better and better and better. Let's see here. Well, I'm just a romantic person, I guess, right? The messages conflict hard for you. It can be, right? It can be. When the Jakes fellow was stepped down, he admitted the wrongdoings at the stage, and he sort of got attacked you. It says he was guilty conscience. Yeah, you have these Christian ministers. They get on these guilt trip messages where they're always attacking, like, the classic example for me is Ted Haggart. This was a person in the early 2000s when in the United States they were going to legalize gay marriage, right? Well, good old Ted, he was always preaching against it every Sunday. He was a politician as well. He was a butt buddy of George Bush, and he was always preaching against it. Well, it turns out he was gay. I mean, isn't that ridiculous? Father, can you pray for my big studies next year? Oh, loving old Father, we bring before you our friend Rose, that you would guide her in her studies and help her to achieve greatness in the things that she learns. Owen, there you are. Jesus was a lot of things. I believe he was a Middle Eastern wizard born from Loki. Yeah, he could be a lot of things, right? Jesus had to fulfill the law of Yahweh Satan to ransom us from the curse. Yeah. Think of the law as a hex binding you, enslaving you. And you have this figure who comes and liberates his people who are stuck in this hex, and then goes into the rest of the world and liberates other people from dark gods. Yeah, that's a good narrative, right? Let's see. Mr. Sentiment. What's the Raphaim? Those are the giants in the book of Joshua that he wiped out. King of Bashan. Yeah, that's another one, right? We make Jesus esoteric. He is cool as hell. Yeah. I did pray for you, Rose. The dream was good. Okay. Yeah, if it's inappropriate, I don't want to hear it. They used ancient concrete and built sections in one place. Yeah, that would be interesting. You eat pizza in the shower? Oh, damn. Toilet sandwiches. That's not good. You eat many things in the shower. Yeah. Well, that's not good. You eat all that bacteria, right? In the bathrooms. That it's not healthy to do. You want to know about the penis gland and the nets to the right side? What does the penis gland have to do with the net? Do you go fishing with your penis or something? You dangle it in the water and you throw a net out when the fish come and get it. No. You're a creative fisherman. You are a very creative fisherman. I never would you think about that. If you ever don't have a fishing pole and you're starving, putting your penis in the water and dingling it around to see what kind of fish could come after it. You're a very creative person. Bear Grylls should have thought about that. Told people about that. It's not usually it's comfort food. Oh, am I a priest? I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. Yes. Oh, let's see. The penis gland is crystallized and needs to be cleaned out with one spell. Yeah, that happens. The Morgan has a penis. Do I believe in the end of the world? Nope, I do not. The apocalyptical tradition of the Bible I reject. Okay. Stories need romance, yes. You don't know, I don't mind digital pornography. I don't like it. I think it dehumanizes the sacredness of the person, right? And pornography leads to many of the evils that we have in the world, sexual evils. I am against taking something sacred and twisting it around just to pleasure people. So I am a great opponent of pornography. Do I like Led Zeppelin? Yes, I do. I do, but I think there's something in their music that I think is there are beings within it that aren't good. They are wonderful musicians, but at the same time, there's something in there that it brings me to a place where I want to do drugs and stuff. I don't know if that's me or something in the music that is not good. But I this morning before I came on here, I made a short to promote my Dungeons and Dragons game on Fridays. I used Led Zeppelin for the background music, the communications breakdown. That's what I used. I kind of pissed at Assassin's Creed, only letting you romance females, even as a female. Some of those games they are not into the diversity that we know in our society, right? Oh, let's see here. Pat, it's always the end of the world. Yeah, it's when I was a Christian at the beginning of my Christianity, it was always the end of the world, right? If the rapture is happening or some other bullshit, the 3 days of darkness, if you are Catholic, always some crazy shit, right? To get you to be afraid. Let's see here. Used to buy Hustler for a romance. Damn. Oh, you live in a fantasy? Oh, I'd rather live in a fantasy than Yahweh's world. Fimfang, good to have you here. Thoughts on the name Bufadicius, the Defiled? I never even heard of that before. Is that some type of Dungeons and Dragons character? Miriam, nice to see you. Good friend Miriam, it's been a while since you've been here. Lover of Sophia. Can I help you understand the idea of Jesus coming back and the idea of 5D Christ that believe we create our reality? No, I cannot. I am not familiar with the Christ consciousness, certainly. That is a generalization of this thing that we all have in us. We're all a part of it. And, Christ demonstrated this for the world. The idea of creating your own reality, how you think of yourself as a mediator of the cosmos. You are someone who builds the cosmos. That building begins with your sacred imagination. How you think about yourself, how you think about the world, has truly an effect upon it. Yeah, that's how I understand that. So other people might have different opinions, but that's how I start my days. How I think about myself, how I think about the world matters. It changes things. On the quantum level, this idea in quantum physics, like you can make particles appear just by being present to it, right? So let's see here. Satan has lots of aura. You think so? I'm doing well, Maximus. We don't have the potato guy on here anymore. He was a really strange individual with strange people following him around. Can we just resort to demons number 7446 at some point? Yeah, that's what I might have to do at my next exorcism. I'm running out of all of these demons. Oh, shit. Where am I at here? Well, I'm so far behind. Let me see here. Down. Wow, I am really far behind. Let me try to catch up here in some. Gandalf, how does your shitting go? Gandalf is someone here who needs me to take his morning dump in the morning. Good to have you here, Gandalf. Oh, and have you ever seen the documentary In Search of? Yeah, with Leonard Nimoy. That was I used to watch In Search of when I was in the 80s, the reruns. Yeah, that was very interesting. Some of you remember In Search of with Leonard Nimoy. Oh, where are we at? Yeah. Some of your comments I have to scroll through because I'm way behind. Trying to catch up. Bards are doctors, lawyers, politicians, storytellers, and poets. Nice to see you, Victoria. The Bard Dweller. Nice to have you here. Fellow Bard, good to see you. Did God design pandas? Golden Aquila, come back to the old ways. Find Odin, find yourself. Jesus will walk us across the Bifrost. Yes, good to see you, Golden Aquila. We have a large Norse pagan community here on this channel. Good to see you. Let's see. Trying to get missing lots of comments here. Hash Brown Dave, good to see you. Survivor of the Hash Brown incident of 1999. You don't agree we are in Aquarius yet? You are our official astrologer. We are at the end of Pisces, so you don't think we have entered into Aquarius. And I've heard other astrologers say otherwise, but I'm not an expert on astrology. There's a dark age between signs. See, you're an expert in astrology. I am not. Power juice has been consumed. Aquarius starts 2036. Very interesting. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when is the next solar eclipse in the United States? Let me find out. Let me ask my idea. When is the next solar eclipse in the U.S.? Let me see. What does my AI say? I know it's around that time. It's not. I'm not talking about 2020. I'm on full, total solar eclipse. Come on, AI. It gets retarded sometimes. No, it's not telling me. Shit. Oh well. I thought it was around that time. I know it's in about when I'm around the age of 70, 72. There's going to be another eclipse here. That's going to pass right over Central Florida, which I think it's going to be quite fascinating. Let's see. It's in the music. Yeah. Ghost Seeker. Sir, you realized 2026 is a couple of weeks away. Do you really want to go down the wrong road? What if Jesus comes back? Also, I'm a Christian. Please get right with Jesus, everyone. No, thank you. Why would I want to follow a God who wants to scare the shit out of me? Well, you better get right. That's just not how fathers operate. The door of the father should be open to the wayward child. Here, if you want to get right, come. It shouldn't be, oh, I'm going to keep that door shut, damn it. That's not how fathers operate. You have a wicked God that you're serving. Okay. What do you worship? I don't worship anything. What is your faith? Keridwanism. That's it. My goddess Keridwan is behind me. Let's see here. Blessing and prayers. Nice to see you, Anne. Nice to see you. Who's the reggae master? I don't know. Peter Tosh. Hello from Asia. Good to see you. our Asian friend here. You guys need to read Revelation. You need to read Harry Potter and loosen up, lighten up. Don't say if you didn't warn any of you. Yeah, screw you. You're an evil person. Go away. We were a homeless planet for 7 years. That's what you see, the fate of the world. I want to ask, why is religion centered on just humans believing in God? What if there are other sentient life in the universe? Yeah. No, that's the Christian religion. That is the Christian religion, right? The idea that you must believe in something in order to have something. I mean, it's complete bullshit, right? You know, why do you want a God that needs you to believe in it? You ever ask yourself that question, right? Why do they need me to believe? Why can't they just be nice to me when I don't believe, right? Let's see here. The Old Testament says that the word of God is Lady Wisdom, the creator. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 8, right? Oh, let's see. Someone promoting genocide? Oh, shit. Yeah, Christian bullshit. Creation proves the creator, you fool. You cannot prove there's a creation. Our modern science has come to conclusions that there was no creation. You fool. You are trusting a book that's 2,000 years old, that's written by primitive people that thought earthquakes were God being pissed off. You know, that's what you're relying on your data for, your cosmology. Who is the fool here? The Anthony, the creator, came before human. You can't prove that. You can't prove that at all. When I used Google satellites, I saw strange figures. Maybe they're reaching out to you. Oh, the universe realizing itself. Yeah, people believe that we are the universe realizing itself. Who said that? One of the modern gurus said that. What's his name? I forgot what his name is. We are the universe. Well, I think Ellen Watts said that once, I believe. He said that once. Eckhart Tolle. That's who I was thinking of. Year starts in the spring, sun rises peace from the view of the Sphinx looking horizon. Interesting. Oh, God saved humanity. Prove it. Now, all of this salvation shit is all a circular argument. You have the pissed off God. He wants to save you. I mean, it's all a circular argument. None of it can be held up with any substantial evidence. But, buddy, you haven't heard of that one since the farm. I'm way behind in the comments. Dragons are real, certainly. Wow. He was a wonderful wizard sent by Sophia to help correct the wrong to children. Yaldabaoth, otherwise known as Yahweh. Let's see here. You like the smoothness? As I continue to notice large figures in my travels of the West Coast, I saw other figures on the mountains. Yeah, they're reaching out to you. They want to be noticed, right? Keradun is my queen. Help Miranda. Good to see you. Help Miranda. Good to have you here. And Be Thankful is back. Good to see you, Be Thankful. Crazy Carl. Do you think Jimmy Swaggart is roasting in hell? I don't know what happened to Jimmy Swaggart. Oh, I don't believe in hell or heaven. But I certainly believe you bring your bullshit with you as you leave your body. You saw a large snake on the South Pole? Interesting. I'm a bad man? Why do you say that? Did I hurt your feelings? Is that why I'm a bad man? Swearing priest instantly subscribed. Oh shit. What am I doing now? Good to have you here. Weekend Daddy 98. Oh. So you're not Catholic? No, I left the Catholic Church. I'm an apostate. Google blocked your locations. Oh shit. Why you wear black and white? For fun. For fun. Caledon's in black and white, so I have to wear black and white. He's a blasphemy to Catholics? Yes, I am. I am. I know all of the dark secrets of the church I worked in. I know all of your secrets. A lot of people here will be part of what? The beast system? Yes, I am trying to get people ready for the beast systems. You know, we are. I am like the false prophet of Revelation, right? I'm getting people ready for the beast systems. Very accurate. Oh, where am I at here? Let me scroll through some of these to catch up because I'm way behind. If I didn't respond to your comment, I apologize. Push the arrow and scroll to the bottom. Yeah. Try to remove the hamster from the inventory. See what happens. I hear bullcrap, nothing more. No, you don't have to be here. And this female goddess behind you is fake. Prove it. You don't have to be here, Chris. Why are you on here? When I don't like a YouTube channel, I just go to a different one. I mean, why do you need to prove your point of view here? Is there something wrong with you? Hail Caradwin. Oh, beautiful goddess. Thank you, Rhonda. She appreciates that. An eclipse come now. The entire world will see that not just one state. No, that's not how eclipses work. The next total solar eclipse is not seen around the world. It can only be seen in its totality at certain points in the world. And the next one that comes across the United States, you will be able to see it fully and most appropriately over Central Florida. That's when you'll see its totality. Elijah, the only reason the stories have continuous and new events is because people literally told the great things and they just kind of added it to the thing you call religion. You believe that? I notice that I'm getting nervous. Yes. Oh, Chris, you're frightening me with all of your wonderful religious fundamentalism. Oh, so nervous here. Oh, what am I going to do? I'm shitting my pants. Oh, Chris, you have such power over my anus. What would Jesus do? Oh, wait, you are playing Oblivion music right now? Of course. Why not? You like Peter Tosh? Atheist rules? Oh, I'm not an atheist. I'm a monotheist. I'm lying to myself. How am I doing that? Easter Bunny is real. No, it's not. Yes, it is. The Easter Bunny is real. You must believe in the Easter Bunny. Anything can become real after enough LSD. Let's see. You have no idea. You will all be done soon. Chris, I want to give you the sign of the cross. Not afraid of you, not afraid of your God. My morning is going, you're talking to her. You follow the teachings of Jesus. He is your guru, Rhonda's guru. Yeah, there's some good Christian people on here that like Jesus in their own way. 2044 is the next total solar eclipse. Thank you. Yeah, that's when it goes right over Central Florida. The last one I didn't get to see. I only saw a partial, where in Florida I only got to see just a little bit. I used my cell phone to look at it, to take a picture, which was very, very convenient. I tried to use a telescope and put my phone on the telescope. That didn't work very well. I have a very high-powered telescope. It's just sitting in my closet. I haven't had a lot of time. I like stargazing for fun. I really enjoy doing that. When a good clear night, going out there with our telescope. I have this other one. I never opened it up. I'm going to have to donate it to someone. You are calling us Christian fundamentalists. You are increasing the idea. Well, look how you're acting. Most Christian fundamentalists are fear-mongers like you. So, yes, I am. Not all Christians are the same. You lot are crazy as hell. You actually do have the truth. Yeah, and your truth's turning you into a damn lunatic. That's fundamentalism for you. Most good Christian people, they understand that other people have other ideas, and they're able to deal with differences. Not fundamentalists. You go right into fear-mongering mode. You like to scare the shit out of everyone that's different than you. You're all the same. My God is promiscuous. Promiscuous girl. Why, did you sleep with Caledwin? Is that what you're saying? And did you have a good time with the goddess? Let's see here. And since the Bible is necessary to all of this, you are doing is proving that you can't actually argue against normal. I'm not arguing with you. Why would I argue with a piece of shit floating around in the toilet? Damn it! Why aren't you round? Why are you all diarrhea around the toilet? This is unfair to me. I don't argue with anyone. I'm an entertainer. I don't give a shit what you believe in. If you're being a dickhead, though, and you're trying to make everyone afraid of your religion, I will humiliate you. Because I know all of your bullshit. I was a fundamentalist, too. I was a Christian apologist. I did all of that shit. Let's see. Yeah. You're only 40 years to go, baby. Let's do this. That's right. You must go to the dispensary today. In your honor, have you eaten your daily gummy? No, I do that in the evenings, Rhonda. In my mornings is opioids in the morning, the gummies at night. That is how I manage my pain management with my arthritis. And my opioids, they don't get me high. They just take because I've been taking them since 2006. So I've been doing opioids. I'm not addicted to them. But many people do get addicted to opioids. I do not. It just takes the edge off of my back pain. I don't get high off of them. I get high off the gummies. If you don't believe in him, who is going to punish pedals because he's not going to be now you're being a real dickhead, Elijah. You are saying that I'm a pedophile and a member of Epstein Island because I'm not agreeing with your bullshit. You dickheads are all the same. Goodbye, Elijah. You are now banned from the channel. I don't mind fundamentalists, but if you're going to be a dickhead, you're going to leave. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, he was trying to say pedophiles, not pedals. There's certain words that YouTube won't let you use. What are you doing, my creatures? What are you doing here? My one rabbit. He is being a nuisance. He is taking his blankets and taking them into the bathroom to try to build a nest with it. I put a bunch of hay in his litter box. He took out all the damn hay and stuck it in a corner. He has like He's a male bunny, and he's older. He's 6 years old. He's having hormonal changes. He's kind of going through bunny menopause for men, and he's being a rascal here. Stop tearing that up. Here, I'll give you a picture of him. Let's see. They want to see your rascalness right here. Let me shut my green screen off here for a moment. Let's see. Okay, Mr. Bunny. There you are. You got fans here. Look at him. He's tearing up this bunny. He's tearing up the blanket right there. You see it's all tore up. And she's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that to my blankie? Put my blankie back. And he's like, no, I'm going to tear it up. I am the wild bunny. All right. That's the bunny time. The bunny time of the hour is over. All right. There we are. I had the blankies out. All nice on the floor here. And he took the blankies and he brought them into the bathroom. Oh, now they're thinking, I don't have any treats in here. I can't give you any treats. I'm waiting to get more in the mirror. You'll have to wait. It's so cute when they beg for food. They stand up like they're prairie dogs and they start scratching at your legs. The bunny tax. They appreciate you very much. My bunnies appreciate you very much. I love my rabbits. Oh, where are we at here? Gwendolyn, the high priestess of the orchard, is here. Aes Sedai, good to see you. Good to have you here. Let's see here. Trying to catch up to your comments. Miriam, what about a living eternally? Only Jesus promised life after death. Now, the idea of the promise, what is it based on? Is it based out of the generosity of the good Father? Or is it based on having the right ideas, right? That's how it's peddled, right? Fathers who want their children to live, you will certainly live. Think of all the people who cannot articulate this idea, people who have mental deficiencies, right? Isn't that unfair to them because they cannot believe? Well, think about that in terms of our finite humanity. Some people can't fathom this being. For whatever reason, they're not interested in it. And should they be punished for that? Certainly not. A benevolent Father will resurrect all people. Let's see here. It's not too deep for you. Yeah, Elijah's a dickhead. I'm glad we got him out of here. Yeah, I don't mind people being fundamentalists, but you see what they always do? They always start calling me a pedophile and shit like that. Just because I don't agree with their teaching. I mean, it's really unfortunate. Let me try to catch it. Let me scroll all the way down. Hung Bunny Goddess is here. Old Fuzznuts himself is here. Good to have you here. Trying to catch up. Praise the bunny. Yes. Are you with the papacy? No, I left the Catholic Church. I am against the Catholic Church. To me, the Catholic Church is one of the most diabolical institutions in the world. And all of the churches are born out of that. Bunnies do eat their own babies sometimes. You're right. If they have birth defects. And the reason for that is because of their survival instinct, because other predators will smell these beings, and so they eat them. That is why they do that. They are normally not cannibals. Let's see here. You've seen bunnies eat some questionable things? I don't know why. My rabbits have eaten all kinds of strange shit, like tile. They eat I used to have tile in my kitchen. Those little tiles that, those cheap ass shit that people put down. Well, they eat all of them. They chewed the whole entire floor up. So I have no tile. on my floor. They eat my carpet. There's no carpet in most of my house because they just pull it up and they chew the shit up. So I have bare concrete floors, and I have like rugs that I roll out over it now because they destroy everything. They eat wires. I mean, I don't know why you get shocked when you eat wires. They eat wires. They pull off my drywall. They eat through the paint and they start tearing up the drywall. They eat all kinds of shit. One time they ate a magnet. That was scary. I thought they weren't going to make it. Those really thin magnets. So we don't have magnets in the house anymore on our refrigerator because they will eat the magnets and they fall off the damn. I've had one rabbit. He got really sick. He ate tape because I had put some tape around the wall to stop him from eating it, and he ate the damn tape and he got sick from that. He laid in the same place for like 3 days. We thought he was going to die. It was very scary. One of my rabbits, she ate. The toilet bowl. That on the back of a toilet there's a pipe that connects the top part of the toilet to the lower part. She chewed through the damn pipe. It was made out of a mesh. Now, they eat all kinds of shit. I don't know how they digest it. I really don't. I'm a weirdo, chilling mock. I got out one day, 3 days, walking your dog. The bunny jumped out of the bush at you. Yeah. I love rabbits. Let's see. You saw a bunny throw a carrot down a well. Thoughts on the papacy, corrupt institution. You have this person who has all of the power, who can define the religion as he pleases. Think about that, having all of this power. I mean, the shit he could make up, and they will say, yes, we will believe in it. You like it when bunnies throw temper tantrums? Yeah, they start stomping their feet, then they get pissed off. It's like, boom, boom, boom. They get pissed off. He lived a long time, the rabbit friend that you had. Nincompoops. The Egyptians believed life after death. That's older than Jesus. Yeah. Baby bunny smells normal. Mother bunny, you smell weird. Me eat you. Yeah, they will do that. Yeah, you have to watch out for that. If you have rabbits that are breeding. My rabbit has erectile dysfunction. After 6 years, no children with the female rabbit. We'll bring him to our ED meeting on Tuesday nights to see if we can help him. Sharon, nice to see you. What if I believe and still don't want it? Yeah. That's your opinion on the Pope, a nincompoop? Yeah. Some of the popes have been terrible. They'd have prostitution rings going on. They would have slaves. I mean, these people were not good. The Pope that I liked was John Paul II because I grew up with that. As most people here, he was the Pope of my beginning in the Catholic Church when I converted to Catholicism. Get on with what? Fundamentalist Nick is here. Good to see you, Fundamentalist Nick. Nice to see you. Save our souls, Nick. Can you save us today? Maybe you'll win a soul here today. Keep trying. There's always heathens that convert to Christianity. You might find some luck here. A lot of Christian fundamentalists will live and let live because it's coming. Those vegans want you dead now. Oh. 15 years clean and sober by the grace of God. Glory and honor, completely clean. The Son set you free, free indeed. Well, I'm very happy for your being able to overcome your addictions. That's quite an accomplishment. But you did that, not your God. Your God just encouraged you to do what you could do yourself. Free those bunnies, dude. What do you mean free them? They roam all over my house. They are quite free. They won't even, we'll keep the door open, and they will not go outside. I would like to have them go out and play in the backyard. They're afraid to go out. The home is their habitat. We have a 2-story home. They go wherever the hell they want, unless the door is shut. If the door is shut, they're like, they'll start clawing at it to get in. Your rabbit ate a toilet bowl? Damn. Oh, you're talking about me. That's quotations there. Joseph the Mighty. I am a former Gnostic, and now I'm a Byzantine Rite Assyrian church historian. I believe this is a proper method of experiencing the energy of God. So you're a Assyrian Rite Catholic. Are you Chaldean? The Chaldeans were the ones that inherited that tradition. You've eaten rabbits before as dinner? Oh. Good morning, Blue Dragons. They sound like lovable menaces. They are. Yep, they are quite lovable. You are a nuisance when I love you. You're not Father Deacon, only one Father, Jesus Christ. You don't have to call me whatever you want. I don't give a shit. When I was a clergyman, I was called Father Deacon in my church. That's how I began my YouTube career as a churchman. And now Father Deacon is just stage name. That is my stage name. When I get to maybe 150, 200 followers, I'm going to change it to the Bard. When you need some new flooring, give me a ring, Deacon. I can hook you up with a special spiritual entertainment discount. Wonderful. Isn't he voted in the Pope? No, you don't vote in popes. What popes do? This is the scam. Like, let's look at Pope Francis, for instance. He chose his own cardinals that had his vision for what a pope should be. He stacked the deck. And when he died, all of these cardinals that he chose had all of this power to choose the next person. And so that is what you get. They say the Holy Spirit leads them in the election. No, ideology leads the elections of popes. No spirits are involved. It's all political bullshit. Have you ever thought about that? If you are a Catholic, you are told the Holy Spirit chooses your leadership, your clergymen and your bishops. Did he choose child molesters? Have you ever thought about put 2 and 2 together? The Holy Spirit has nothing to do with your leadership. People are the ones who choose the leaders, not the Holy Spirit. Sometimes I stand in a sandpit with a tea towel on your head and pretend to be the Prince of Persia. That was a wonderful video game series, Prince of Persia. I really like the movies. Did you see the movie? I think they made 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. One with what was his name? Jake, Brokeback Mountain star. That guy. He played in the Prince of Persia. That was a good show. I really enjoyed that Prince of Persia show. I played Prince of Persia on, what was it, Nintendo Entertainment System. I think that was when I played it, or one of the computer systems of old. When I was a little boy, my dad showed me a fridge full of dead rabbits. I screamed in horror and started crying. Yeah. I love my rabbits. I would cry too. I would certainly cry too. Let me scroll up here so I don't get too far behind. I got a few minutes left here. I've been on for a few hours here. You save the poo and grow tomatoes. You collect your own shit and stuff and you make it in your garden. I'm a liar, a fraud, and a cheat. Prove it. Prove it that I am a liar. What am I lying about? There's no lies here. You're the only liar and fraud. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Let's see here. I think you're a good man. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate you. Bunny myself, give me a brown sugar glaze for the best days. Drizzle that over me. No, I will never eat rabbits. Never. You want to turn me into a rabbit? I might, and that might happen. You are not Chalcedonian, not Ephesian. I'm a follower of the church continued by Nestorius, not modified by. Oh, so you're the Assyrian Church of the East. That that one famous YouTube Marmar, that was his church before he got excommunicated. They kicked him out, right? He got too damn political. That's probably why. Jesus was a Muslim. Sure he was. When he screwed up somewhere and got kicked out of the church. Now he's cheating. Joe, you don't know shit. I gave a letter of resignation to my bishop, Mr. Dickhead. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I left on good terms. But unfortunately, many people found out what I'm doing here. I've never been formally excommunicated. I've been self-excommunicated by teaching against the church. Joe, you're just a dickhead. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. There was no screwing up. I was really good at my church. People wanted me to finish my seminary training and become a presbyter. I was asked all the time, when are you going to be a priest? And I had lost interest in it because it was too much work and I wasn't really in it for the people. I was really good at being a Christian. I was really good at the church. I never thought I would be a heretic. I really did not think, ever. I mean, I was really, really into it. Very good at it. You're a Mormon, but most of my good best friends are Catholic. How many wives do you have? You're in the Discord. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Am I in the Discord? Me? I hardly ever get on there. And Natalie runs it mostly. Catholicism is paganism. Yeah, sure it is, Nick. Sure it is. You have a large penis head. How do I use my head to shape it into the papal tiara? That's what you do, Harvey. You dress up your penis in religious clothing and pretend you're like a leader of a church and shit. Interesting. Imagine spirit guides, totem animals. It's kind of like what I am, the animal. It's not like my guide. That's me. So I am a bunny. Yeah, me too. I am a bunny. I'm going to scroll all the way down here. Nibbles is here. Good to see you. Victorious Christi, translated in the language you prefer. Not interested. Not interested. I'm not interested in your Latin bullshit. You're the Marmar supporter. He helped you get over depression. Yeah, he was too political. Once you get political, you divide your congregation. Let's see here. Constantine tried to de-Judaize the Roman Church, but he didn't get far, right? I am John Wick confirmed. Yeah, that's me. A Knight of the Cipher, good to see you. You are an amazing heretic. You have too many wives, sir? You let the devil in too much. Prove it, Terry. If I have a devil, cast it out of me. Prove it. Your wives, they come and go? Yeah, always another one, right? The Mormons was started by a 33-degree Mason, similar to how Scientology was started by a sci-fi book writer. Yeah. You didn't see how political videos, but thank you for advice. Well, he would always talk about President Trump and shit like that. When you are a leader of a religious tradition, once you start talking about politics, you divide your congregation. You become controversial. Once you get political, it's no longer a religion. It is politics. That was his mistake. Marmar is a fundamentalist. He is very fundamentalist in his preaching and presentation. He is no different than your average Protestant fundamentalist in the United States. And he was from Canada. I hope Og McKnight, he hasn't been back. He sent me a message this morning about playing tomorrow. He's trying to learn how to level up his character. So he hasn't left the community. I don't know why he was so upset about a fact of history. Sometimes he can be very sensitive. Well, the churches pay no tax. Yeah, they shouldn't be. Yeah, if you're not paying any taxes, why are you being politicians? That's a good argument, right? A heretic is one that deviates from the church's teachings and thought and practice. Good to see you, EP. Good to see you. If the devil is cast out, where does he go? Starbucks, right? You remember all the Christians protesting Starbucks because they put Lilith on their coffee cups? They're all, that's the devil's coffee. Don't go to Starbucks. Yeah, I remember when I was a Christian, I still went there because I liked the coffee. I just ignored all that shit. Oh, let's see. Yeah. He is apostolic. He did not follow the Protestant theology. He preaches like a Protestant. Mr. Marmar does. He certainly does. I've listened to him many, many times. Yeah, he is no different than much of the Protestant preachers. That's why he was so famous on YouTube, because Protestants could listen to him and say, "He is our God." The devil does head to Starbucks first, then he goes to IKEA for Swedish meatballs and shitty furniture. All right, well, I'm going to wash my body now. You had pizza and a beer movie last night. You got to wash that off of your fur nuts, right? Take care, Terry. Take care. Hell, Michigan. Yeah, that's a place, right? Noah is here. Oh, no. Noah floods his return and talking about the inner bestiality. Not for us. Noah is really Matt. Some of you remember Matt, who likes to go to his local zoo to watch animals get it on. A really deranged individual. He's like, I'm not into bestiality. I just like watching animals breed. That's my thing. Let's see. The devil goes to hell, Michigan. Yeah. Protestantism and Germanic people trying to get into heaven just because they exist. Yeah, you think so? Iron and blood comes out of supernovas? I never heard of that before. I thought the devil was down in Georgia. Yeah, remember that song? The devil went down to Georgia. That was like in 1990, around there, 1989. Harvey, you don't drink at Starbucks because I was banned for using the back rooms to allow homeless man inside. What is that? You were making love to a homeless man in the Starbucks bathroom. Is that what you're saying? In your own way? Yeah, that they are. People don't like it when you're screwing in their bathrooms. It's a lack of courtesy. If you're going to screw people, they would prefer that you don't use their bathrooms. Uncommon sense. Good to see you. Oh, let's see here. I've never been called a nerd. That's new, but I'll take it. Yeah. Welcome to the club. These people have all kinds of names for us. Georgia's as south as Michigan as well. Yeah, there's lots of strange things in Michigan, different names of places, right? Vixus, our good friend Vixus is here. Good to have you here. You are the grandmother from, are you the grandmother from, what's that, the West Coast over there? Or Oregon? Is that you? There's another person has a similar name. It's not you. When I was a homeless, the lady at Starbucks gave you free stuff. Yeah, there's nice people. You thought the pride flags made it safe for you to have sex in the bathroom? Well, unfortunately, yeah, that's a lack of courtesy. You know, screwing in people's bathrooms is not the best place to meet up. You're a sheep herd. Oh shit! So you watch the sheeps get it on. You know, oh my goodness! The devil went down to Georgia, ended up in Florida. Oh, yeah, you're the crone, but not the grandmother. Okay, yeah, okay. You're also Vixus, so you changed your name recently. Okay, that makes sense. Prostrate exam, good to see you. Who is Lagurtha? I don't know. Who is that? Men's Barda, father, should we celebrate Ramadan? If your loved one is Muslim, why not? Why not celebrate it? If you have loved ones of a different religion, there's nothing wrong with celebrating their traditions with them. Cheem Sheik, you work for a community garden, and I put up a sign that says the compost process is beginning. We have compost bins. It brings ridiculous joy to say it in your cadence. Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful that you're able to do that. To be able to do a community projects that help people see the value of such things, right? All the iron of the earth originally came from the star exploding. Interesting. Well, I wouldn't know. I wasn't around back then. If you're in the bathroom having sex, where will people do their booger sugar? Yeah, just thinking about that. You're having sex in the Starbucks bathroom. What if someone has to take a shit and you're in there? You know, that's uncourteous, right? Yeah. You're a good Christian, Joshua. In many ways, wonderful. They should have. You think it's false advertising? You know, just because you support gay love doesn't mean you can use their bathrooms to do your gay fun. Carl, you don't want me to attend a bris? What is a bris? I don't understand that. Use a random alphabet. Good to see you. You're continuing to move on from heartbreak. That's wonderful. You're like counting down the days, right? You're getting your achievement all saved up, right? I'm glad that I was able to help you in the direction of your life. You know, that brings great joy to me that you have found value in the wisdom of the goddess Kedadwin. You have a star exploding in your pants. You can just do lines off someone's ass cheeks. Yeah, there's all kinds of fun you can have, right? Good to see you, Victoria. Good to have you. It is proven. It's called science. Okay, you can call it whatever you want. Oh, you're counting down the days. Wonderful, wonderful. Father, is sex with a self-declared witch a sin? I really like one. No, that's called having a good time. Uh, Coffee is a natural laxative. Yeah, that makes sense. Every time I have a cup in the morning, I have to take a dump. So that makes sense. Sheik, you're hoping to be able to host the equinox celebration at the garden. It's a great place to connect. Yeah, that would be wonderful, right? You have the right idea. You should advertise for your local pagan communities in your area. Put it in there's different things, and if you Google pagan communities in your area, there's always one, and advertise amongst them, let them know for a good meetup. Witches are wild and mad. Oh shit. All particles beyond hydrogen and most helium were created through fusion in the center of the stars, in the supernova, hypernovas, and the neva. Interesting. I'm a witch too. I'm a witch of love. A witch of love. Wonderful. Yeah, people are enjoying their love relationships with their witches. That's wonderful. I love how the verbal crap rolls off of your back. Yeah, I'm quite skilled at it. I have many years of skills. Witches always have the best shrooms in your experience? Yeah. It depends on what kind of witch, right? A 5.9 earthquake just happened. Shit. Did it rattle all of the stuff in your home? I'll have to see that on the news. That's terrible that happened. It's probably no big deal. It's only a 5.9 for people over there that are used to that shit, right? Legislate free rooms for LGBT activities because it's time to end all forms of discrimination. Well, I don't think they just don't want you screwing in their bathroom. I don't think they mind if you are, you want to do whatever you want to do. But, bathrooms are needed for people to do their business, not sexual pleasure. I mean, there's better places to go than a bathroom to share your experience of love. Get one of those. There's hotels where you can rent a room for an hour. They're quite cheap, like $10. You can go in there and do that. Father, why don't you talk about your wisdom? If you're a spring, we can take our sip. Well, whatever the idea of wisdom comes from the moment of the experience. It is not something you could write a book about. When people write books of wisdom, it's not real wisdom, because the wisdom is an encounter. When you write about wisdom, it's just knowledge. So whatever moment triggers the event of wisdom here in the conversation, that is not up to me. I am just sharing myself with you. If something comes about in the conversation, then it would be a moment of wisdom. I just can't dictate to you wisdom. Wisdom is not my position. It is something that manifests in the lives of all of us. Oh, let's see here. And all iron in the universe expanded out of the super Earth has an iron core. Yeah, well, are you some type of scientist, Sharon? You use the back storage room, not the bathroom? Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Well, that's where they put all their coffee and shit. I mean, that's inappropriate. Room play, that hotel room is a Starbucks. F in the hotel room bathroom. There you go. Go in the hotel room bathroom. That's a great place. Not the Starbucks. I mean, people want to get their coffee. I mean, what if you get like your semen in someone's coffee cup or something? That would be inappropriate, right? You liked me, Sharon. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. OBOD avatar. Triskelion pendant, a dog collar. Ginger, are you a member of Obed? Yeah. This isn't. They sell their own like pendants and shit on the Obed website. I didn't get that from there. I got this from Amazon.com. I wanted a Celtic pendant, at a decent price. I think I paid under $20 for it. It's nothing fancy, but it helps me to relate to and honor my ancestors. But are you a member of Obed, Ginger? Nice to see you. See here. Yeah, I'm an entertainer. I'm a bard of Caledon. And, this is part of the spiritual entertainment here. When I was a Christian, and you certainly can be a Christian and a member of Obed, I had the clergy shirt when I was a member of Obed. I still wear it now as a heathen leaving the church. Still a member of Obed. As a member of Obed, you should know that there's all kinds of diversity in terms of how you want to practice druidry, right? Was Jesus from Nazareth or Bethlehem? Probably neither. I mean, you can't relate to the mythology as accurate historical information. I'm very excited and distracted. I can take the big band full juicer pulp out of my old unplugged fridge now. Oh my. Jesus was a citizen of the world. Yeah. There's different scholarship. Now, you have these contradictions in the New Testament. Is he from Nazareth or Bethlehem? The idea of him being from Nazareth, the biblical editors misunderstood him being a Nazarene, or a Nazorian. The Nazareans were a sect of Jews that believed in the restoration of the ancient things of the first temple. So he had that nailed on the cross, right? The Nazorian, not Nazarene. And so the biblical authors did not understand what that meant. So they assumed he was from Nazareth. So they created this story in the Bible that he was Jesus of Nazareth, and he probably was not. Neither was he from Bethlehem. I mean, they had to make up all of this shit to try to work out this Messiah character. But the Nazorians were a very interesting group of Jewish people. They were like the Essenes. They had their own traditions and beliefs. Oh, let's see here. Oh, no. All right. Raining cats and dogs. Truthfully, good to see you. Our good friend from the land of Jordan is here. What is your opinion on Eastern Orthodoxy versus Russian Orthodoxy? Well, there's no difference. Russian Orthodoxy is either. It's just a different flavor of it. So there's really no difference, right? Now, there's different politics and different churches, obviously, but it's the same. I am the hung body goddess. I took over this vessel of a human. It was a vessel at last. Legs wouldn't have lasted much longer. Now I am a god. I am sexy. Yeah, with those fuzz nuts. Who could resist that? Let's see. Are you saying that Jesus didn't exist? No, not me. Yeah, GT. Jesus does exist. My neighbor is real. Yes. My neighbor is a real Christian fundamentalist. You're not a member of Roll Call? the Russian Orthodox Church outside of Russia, because they are anti-gay. Yeah, they are heavily. The Russian Church, they are really anti-gay. So is President Putin, right? Very similar to the story of Ra. Do you think straight white men are the biggest threat to the United States? Yes, they are. They are. Father Deacon, you make me question my beliefs. Well, that's good. You should question your beliefs all the damn time. When you stop questioning your beliefs, you stop growing. You should always be questioning your beliefs. I believe that God is love, Jesus is love, and we are love. Yet they are bad. The more I learn, the more I never said they were bad. Certain people's interpretations are bad, right? You have a good interpretation. It's good to have, Miriam. And you have Sophia, right? Is the Orthodox Church evil? Not as evil as the Catholic Church. But when you have dogma to me is evil. What's the difference between Christian and Baptist? Well, Baptists are Christians. Catholics are Christians. Nothing. They're just one of the many, many thousands of versions of Christianity out there. And the Baptists, to me, are the worst kind. They are the most fundamental. They are the worst kind of Christians. Just read the Bible for yourself. I read it for 30 years. What do you mean, read it for myself? It's probably reading it where you are still in diapers. You need a specialized church that has special places to breed in. Yeah. Where are my children? They're in the other room, and the rest of them are at their schools. They're quite quiet. They're quite busy in their studies. Let's see here. Maybe your church is something you can create yourself. Yeah. Yeah, that's important, right? The idea of that Christ wanted an institutional church. I don't believe that at all. I think that what he was teaching against happened, right? And it replaced him. It changed what he was about. This beast of the church that we have today. It's something that it exists for itself. It's something that should be invisible. It should allow you to live out this goodness and truth of, being a person that serves humanity, that empowers that, and it doesn't do that, right? Let's see here. Do you depend on food stamps? We are uneligible this year for food stamps, but I have certainly got them in the past. I am working class poor, is where I am at in terms of social standing. Do your children hear all the silliness you have to read? Because yes, they do, and they repeat it back to me. Like, what are you talking about in there? Who is Job? He is a person in the Bible that was beat up and tortured by his God and had his God kill his family and stuff. It's a terrible, terrible story. Christians, that if you are suffering, what they'll do is they'll say, read Job. But why would you want to do that? I mean, this guy gets tortured by his God, and that's no fun. Like, why would you want to read Job? Let's see. Evie, Yeshua's church was everywhere, and Peter the rock, because the church is within. You carry it where you go, right? Dad, what is a Steely Dan? Yeah, that's a wonderful conversation to have with the children. Oh, you'll get one for Christmas this year. It will be in your stocking, your Steely Dan. You'll have to find out at Christmas, right? Let's see here. You won't find in a book, but rather by looking inside. I am totally honest and refreshing. I'm glad that you find value in what I do. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you for contributing to what I do. Anike and NL is Job, not God and the devil. Well, the book of Job, how most people interpret it, right? Satan was not torturing Job, Nick. Satan in the book of Job is not the Lucifer that you think he is. He is an angel of God that is doing his job by challenging humanity. Satan means adversary. It doesn't mean devil. So you are reinterpreting the text of Job to fit your narrative. Satan is the good guy. He is doing his part. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. Satan is doing his part to do what God is telling him to do. He is one of the sons of God, as it says in the beginning of Job. He is a good guy. You have to reinterpret the context to come up with your so-called bad guy. The bad guy in the book of Job is God, the God of Job. He is not good. He is supposed to be all-knowing and powerful, right? But he wants to challenge his own followers with torture. If a God wants to kill my family and torture me through any agent, I would say, screw you. That would be my response. But the narrative has it that Job does not do this. Therefore, he is wonderful, right? It is not a real story. The context as an ancient story that is told in its context is to tell you that you don't know where suffering comes from. Suffering happens. But at the end of the story of suffering, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It is not meant to be taken literally. But unfortunately, Christians, they say this is what God does. If you're suffering, you are Job. So that is what Christians do. They'll say, read Job if you're suffering. And that's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. Oh, you did use soap and coconut vanilla? We do start off as female when we are born, right? We are both the X chromosome, right? 2 X's. That is right. And then the penis starts growing. What are your thoughts on the historical Jesus versus the solar astronomical correspondence to Jesus in the Bible? Well, this idea of the historical Jesus is like a snowman that you can just make up and make him however you want to be. The mythological Jesus that, the people that really did a lot of work with the solar mythology, the Star Lord, were the Masons, right? They were able to track that mythology in the Bible. I think that when you're writing a mythology about any person, you can make it into whatever context you want, right? And so Jesus as a person has all kinds of legends, all kinds of mythologies. And what's important in all of these things is not which is right or which is wrong, but what helps you in your story, what helps you to see the greater mystery of the world that you're living in. And sometimes this historical Jesus stuff, I like biblical scholarship because it helps me to see the bullshit that I used to believe in. But some of it's unending in the ideas that it comes up with that it doesn't have any real long-term value except proving that Jesus was not real. Oh, I use amber and jasmine. Interesting. Let's see here. Trying to get to your comments. Satan's only sin was wanting to be like his father. Well, you have, see, Christians twisted this. No, the in the Old Testament there is no devil. There are different beings that do different things, like that one. How art thou falling, O morning star, son of the heavens, or whatever you want to exalt yourself? That is about the king of Babylon. It has nothing to do with the devil. There's all kinds of things in the Bible, like in the book of Revelation, the Hydra, the dragon with many heads. That is not the devil. That is Star-Lord, is what that is. There is no Satan in the Bible. There's beings that do good. There's beings that do bad. But the twisting of the Christians, they have a narrative that represents the idea of this devil, according to their, the context that they have invented. In that regard, you're right. Military showers are real. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Yes and no is here. You sent me some happy poop. Thank you. Oh man. Dr. Boners is best soap in the world. Used it for 30 years. Does it help with ED, Dr. Boners? Oh, let's see here. I attest to Dr. Boners, best ever. I might try that for my erectile dysfunction. Use a little Dr. Boners on it. That might do the trick, right? You should read about when Jesus was growing up. Yeah, there's all kinds of legends about that as well. Like he went to the druids, or he went to the east, or he killed a boy for pissing him off and brought him back to life. I mean, there's all kinds of weird shit out there. Oh, I absolutely love biblical scholarship. It helps you with deconstruction. Yeah, I enjoy it very much. I like listening to it. I'm like, yeah, I used to believe in that bullshit. What's going on? Someone here is challenging your Icelandic culture again. If you don't practice necrophilia, you're not from Iceland. That's right. Oh, maybe you should come to the Iceland. Yeah, go there. You're at the bottom of a D in a relationship. Does that make me a good Christian? Well, what do you mean by D? It's really like the Sumerian creation story of Tiamat. Yeah, Tiamat's a powerful dragon that was kicked out of the hells and now lives in one of the layers of the abyss. It went from lawful to chaotic. Tiamat's a wonderful dragon in Dungeons and Dragons, right? Did you read the book of Uranus? No, I did not read that one. I'll have to put that on my to-read shelf. The book of anus, learning about the different types of anuses in the world. There's all kinds of pictures in it, I heard. All kinds of details about anuses and things. Have you done psychedelics? Oh, of course. Of course I have. Are you concerned with Muslims losing? Yeah, I don't care. Don't care. Cultures come and go. Cultures come and go. What's up with the Jews? Circumcised penises? Do you need a different answer? Yeah, the Uranus, yeah. Who is the real morning star, Lucifer or Jesus? Both of them, they're the same person. Jesus was the Middle Eastern wizard. Hopefully it's not a scratch and sniff book. Oh, damn. Yeah, hopefully not, right? A scratch and sniff book. Oh, shit. What happens when we die? Do we go to the afterlife? Or do we come back as something else? I don't know. I haven't died yet, so I couldn't give you an answer. I think that we change. Yeah, definitely. We don't cease to be. Jesus was a conservative Republican from Tennessee. Oh my. No. Jeez. Yeah, nobody knows, right? We have all of these mythologies. We have all of this speculation. I don't trust near-death experiences. Near-death experiences to me is you are near death. If you die, you don't come back. Near-death is you're in the process of a huge, DMT dump, because it takes a while to die. Your heart stops, your brain stops. You're still in the process of dying for some time until your cellular level breaks down. And that DMT dump that happens helps that transition, because it's terrifying, right? Without that DMT, you are in a terrifying experience of, just plain out darkness, right? So that DMT dump is helpful. And all of these near-death experiences, to me, are people who have experienced a DMT dump. Like they see devils, they see hells, they see angels. It's different. If you study near-death experience from all over the world, it's based on their theology. Their religion influences their DMT experience. So try to make yours wonderful, make your religion wonderful, and you'll have a wonderful DMT trip at the end of your existence here. Dr. Boner's liquid is all natural soap. Their peppermint version, a blue labeled bio, it helps you with your erectile dysfunction. I'll have to bring that up in our erectile dysfunction meetings on Tuesday night. Dr. Boner's soap. Have you had a near-death experience? Yes, I did, but it was all darkness. I didn't get the DMT dump. I remember it. I remember the darkness. Our Celtic chieftain here had a similar experience, and he heard a voice telling him to follow Christ or something. I can't remember. He'll have to tell you himself. Have a great day, Rhonda. Have a great day. Yeah, I've gone overtime here, haven't I? I usually get off around now. I'm going to be back on later today. I've been taking Thursdays off, but I will be back tonight because I've pretty much prepared my dungeon for Friday night. Tomorrow morning I will not be here because I got a doctor's appointment. And once I get home from that, I'm going to make sure I prepare well for every Friday night. If you did not know, we have a Dungeons & Dragons game on here. If you like watching that, I try to make it entertaining. To me, I am, as a dungeon master, I'm a playwright. So I try to make it entertaining. Every time you dream at night, that's DMT, right? From the penis gland, yeah. The mind is strange, but I strongly conclude that there is no life after death, because as the opposite of life, we cannot experience. Yeah, you can't prove it either way, right? No one's ever died and has come back here and say, hey, I died, I am back here again. We don't have any strong evidence for that, right? But there's been people that have told all kinds of stories, and in my experience, it's all DMT, all DMT. Peppermint sated for your flavor's pleasure. He's trying to make you laugh. Oh, I am. Let's see here. I'm still listening. Yeah, the voice ordered you to get up. Yeah. Jesus was God in person. Jupiter in Christianity. Yeah. Oh no, did I make someone cry? Let's see. Anyone reading my posts and knows what I actually said should check out the soap. I'm actually really good. I don't know why he's being a dick about saying it the wrong way. Sorry. This is a comedy show, and sometimes I read your comments. My site isn't the best. There's nothing to be butthurt about. Let's see. Yeah. You died and came back, Natalie. You had a near-death experience. He brings back the dead, but not the mind. Yeah. Yeah. I am a comedian, and I take people's comments and I run with them. Jesus rose tripping on DMT. You think so? You worship Joe Pesci. Is he still around? Joe Pesci, is he still around? You worship Mora. Who is Mora? You had a dream about your guinea pig Salazar being in heaven, Father Deacon? Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. I'm glad that you're able to see your pets in the afterlife, right? I truly believe in that. Like William Blake said, if it can love, it is infinite. I believe in that. That the reality, if a being can love, it is infinite. And it continues on in a greater form. I believe that my rabbits and I will be together forever. And my hamsters and my tortoise, forever and ever and ever. Ever get into 40K lore? I've read some of it, yes, because I played all of the video games. I never played a tabletop. I never played tabletop 40K, but I really enjoy the 40K lore. It's very interesting. I'd love for them to make a movie about it. That would be great, right? Or a TV show. I mean, you got all these people making video game TV shows and shit. Why not a 40K TV show? That would be great, wouldn't it? There's a huge fan base. I mean, they would make a ton of money off of it. I mean, that would be wonderful. Or the Daedra Prince of Hidden Knowledge, Mora. Interesting. Stendar's powers does not allow me to venerate any Daedras. I want to wipe the Daedra out of the land of Tamriel. Noble Joseph, Elijah was sent to slay the false prophets. Yeah, with his big penis, he went around, I'm going to slay you with my penis. The ultimate occult god. Yes, you're right. Henry Cavill, yeah. Coming soon, you think it's going to happen? Yeah, that would be wonderful, right? Because he's a wonderful actor. And I know he loves 40K, right? He's a big lover of 40K. Knowledge is power. Your puppies are part of me. They will always be together. You can feel your last pup who died of cancer last February, not as a ghost, but as a piece of your existence. Yeah. Yeah, we change their nature and they change us. That's a bond that is, for me, it is forever. You would love to see you on Piers Morgan. Oh, man, that would be hilarious, right? I don't think I'll ever be that famous, but that would be fun to do, right? I don't know what kind of questions he would ask me. Let's see here. The search for truth is actually a journey to freedom. Yes, certainly. There's the bunny emoji. Yeah. We have all of these wonderful emojis as community members. The world deserves a famous deacon. Yeah, but think about it this way. If I was famous, what kind of community would we have here, right? We have a nice community that we have built here together, right? Of wonderful peoples, right? If I was famous, would there be a community here? Probably not, right? Do you think about it that way? We have something wonderful here on our Discord channel, right? All of these wonderful people interacting together from various traditions. So this is a wonderful thing that we have here. And I know that one day it's going to be bigger, but to have that foundation is very important, right? To be able to build on that foundation. I can't keep up with all of your shit on Discord, right? You people are having wonderful conversations on there all of the time. I can't keep up with it, but Natalie's in charge now. She's in charge of the conversation. She can keep up with it because she's on there more than I am. You appreciate the streams? Thank you. Our wonderful mage. Your soul is crying for unity. Yeah, why not? The bunny is the Judas priest. You think so? You're not an anus? Yeah, I try not to be one. There would be the acolytes of the great Father Tikan. I am a cult leader. I consider myself a cult leader, certainly. I've studied all of the great cults. And I had learned only the best kind of rituals. A lot of the cult leaders, they've always, they want to kill their followers or chop their penises off or screw all of them. I've learned from all of the mistakes. So if you're going to run a cult, don't do what the old cult members have done. Their cults don't last. I want my cult to be around for a while. So you'd have to come up with new ideas, right? For your cult. Thank you, Joshua with many wives. Here, see, Joshua with many wives changed his name because he was Joshua something, and I kept calling him Joshua with many wives. He has a sense of humor. Let's see here. You don't take part in debates. You prefer practical demonstrations. Yeah, I don't like debating. I'm no good at it either. Uranus, you like Uranus? You should get that book that they suggested, the Book of Anuses, all of that diversity of all of the different buttholes in the world from all different types of cultures and things. It's quite a work of art, from what I heard. It outdoes the Icelandic Book of Necrophilia, from what I heard. That's something that every good collector of culture should have on their bookshelf. The Book of Anuses, as our friend here talked about. You're a Lagos. What rune is that? I forgot what. I know that's a rune name. You really enjoyed the interview with Natalie? Yeah, she was wonderful, isn't she? That was my best interview. I've done only a few of them. That was the best one that we had. Yeah. The Book of Uranus was left out for obvious reasons. Yeah, I would assume so. Your cult would be called the cult of cozy. We worship things that are soft and comfy. All hail the fuzzy weighted blanket, the snuggie, the plushy pillow. Yeah, if you're going to lead a cult, you have to come up with ways to keep your people going when you're gone, right? Odin has many names. I'm easy to talk to. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, my amulet is stuck in my shirt. Sorry. That happens sometimes. It gets stuck in there. Thank you, our good mage friend. Darth Raven, good to see you. A small number will be a memory of talking to each other. Will be nearly impossible. These memories will live on. Yeah, that will happen. There will be a lot of people on here at some point, and hopefully I'll have the staff to help me sift through to keep my community members on the top. Have I ever practiced ass projection? Now, only at times that I've drank too much coffee, I practiced ass projection. Yeah, other than that, no. That's not like a religion I want to get into. I'm willing to try all kinds of new things. Ass projection. I did drink a bunch of coffee and tried it out. It wasn't for me, the ass projection. Yeah, ass projection. You have astral projected? Yeah. I tried astral projection as well. I've never been able to leave my body. I did all of the techniques and things that people said that you should do, and I've never been able to leave my body. I practice all kinds of different forms of meditation, and I'm willing to try new stuff, and that stuff never worked out for me, the astral projection. I guess I like my body too much to want to leave it. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Where am I at? What do I think about stairs? I don't know. What is the name of the coal nuts? I don't know. I can't pronounce what you'll say. It happened to you when you were really long. You used to astral project. There's a museum in Tasmania, Sharon, of hundreds of plasters of different vaginas. See, that makes sense. You have the Vagina Museum, you have the Butthole Museum, and you have the Necrophilia Museum. See, I'm learning all of these new things. When I was a Christian, I was so sheltered from these things, these terrifying things for Christians, you know. Would you imagine a bunch of fundamentalist Christians looking at a bunch of vaginas? Oh, vaginas! What are we going to do now? They're talking to us. Oh, it's like having a smile sideways. Your daughter astral projected. Interesting. You do you, Deacon. You will figure it out as you grow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm willing to try everything. Yeah, why not? You know, you only get one shot at this, right? Try it all. Let's see here. Love has never been. Hello from Australia. Good to have you. Sharon, it's got to be, was it morning, quite late in the evening time over there in Australia, right? There's a painting with your penis on it. True story? Interesting. How do you know it's your penis? The cat comes into the playroom at the end of the play to lick astral projection from the end of the sling. Well, you know, to each to their own. You know, we all have our different sexual experiences. Hello, sir, from the India. Good to see you. And Manchester. Good to see you. The cult of the Matrix sucks. Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? I've come to the end of the show. I will be back later on around 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, between 4:30 and 5 p.m. East, for your evening comedy entertainment where I get real high and take you on to special places in my shamanism of comedy. Like and subscribe. I do this every day. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you later on today. There will be no show tomorrow morning. So some of you, like, where is he? I won't be here tomorrow morning, as I normally am Friday. But I will be in the evening time for our Dungeons & Dragons game. All right.